time becomes incredibly important. And we're always trying to gain back time, because if we can gain back time, maybe we can do something else that might have a positive impact somewhere. So it's something I believe very strongly in. I know a lot of people in this room, there's probably other limiting factors, budget, maybe skill, it's not there yet. But I think all of us probably can agree it'd be great to do more with the time that we have. So for me, the ticket there is to use technology to do it. And I think of the video coach and the video coach position kind of as an arbiter of his efficiency. You get to be the guy that dictates for your coaches and your staff how your workflows are going to go. Because you have a certain cachet, they believe you're the person that can kind of lead them down the right road. So really what I'd like you all to think about as I'm talking is, what is your goal with your time? What do you want to do? And then we're going to talk about that in relation to what I call the video and data cycle. So I stole this from the data side, but I think it's just as applicable to the video side. And again, like I said, we're in charge of this as the video person. We're the one that keeps the wheels turning from the technical side. So the first part of it is just acquiring video and data. And I'm going to break down kind of some of the components that we use. And then you're going to process it. So you're going to take all the video and data you have, you're going to clean it up, and you're going to make it usable. The third step in that is you're going to analyze it. You're going to try to extract meaning from whatever video and data you're using, and as it relates to that goal. That's why it's important to remember what your goals are, and then you're going to present that, finally you're going to distribute it or present that meaning to your audience. So whether that's your players, your coaches, management, front office, whatever situation it is. So this is kind of what I look at as in the fundamental components of how I operate. So again, with your goal in mind, I'd also like to you to think about what your video and data cycle may look like. Maybe it's not quite as formalized as that, but think of the components and where you do something right now. And give it some thought just to understand that. So when we kind of get into the specifics of how we operate, in the acquisition part, across the whole thing, I'm using sports code in every piece of it. It's got a point where we're capturing video, we're coding video, we're breaking it down, we're working in it to create meetings, we're analyzing some sort of output, and then we're sending it to, we're presenting it in meetings and so forth. You get Huddle in there, where we're doing stuff in the cloud. So we're getting video from the cloud and we're bringing it down. SportLogic is a third-party analytics company some of you might be familiar with. We're pulling video and data from there, and then the NHL is tracking data, so we're also doing stuff with that. So we got a few different entry points to where we get things. In the process part, again, we're using the Huddle, we're using sports code in there. We have our own internal website. We're using Power BI to break down things, analyze them, get insights from things. And I work with our front office, our analytics department quite closely, and they do more of this now. I taught myself how to use R and break down some of the statistics when we were earlier, when we were doing things, building up models and such. They're doing more of that now, and they're piping data in. So they're doing all those pieces in the process and analyze. And then finally, we get into this distribution. Again, we're sending stuff out on Huddle. Reluctantly, we use Run Drive still. You know, this is one of the things I talked about about being hard on Huddle and on Brenna. We can't use everything in the Huddle ecosystem yet. It's getting close, but sometimes we have to rely on OneDrive. We use Keynote a lot to do presentations, different things like that. So that's what, as the Winnipeg Jets and myself, this is kind of what my process looks like in the pieces of tech software that come into what we do.